I'm here, y'all. Hey. So y'all gonna hear Elmo in the background because my nephew is here. So y'all gonna hear that. He says that he's not gonna put it down. So let's see. He might come in here. But anyways, what up? Happy full moon in Aquarius. What's poppin'? My name is Milady. I am your spirit shifter here guiding you on your journey towards self-awareness. And welcome to Galactic Buddha. You feel me? Where things happen in the background. But we're here. All right. So first and foremost, good evening, Soul Tribe. How are y'all? How y'all feeling? How has August been treating you? How has August been treating you? Let me know in the comments. It's been a doozy. It's been one where we have to brace ourselves. Some things that we desire to come into fruition are being held by the universe at this current time. You know, there's a bit of confusion happening. So that's what we hear. The 19th is a huge day. You might have already been hearing about August 19th and how astrologically there's a lot of events happening. So I'm going to be talking about that here and also pulling some cards out for the full moon in Aquarius. Okay. So first and foremost, you already know that I love you. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, letting people know how fun it is to tap into astrology, how it can guide you, how it can assist you in making some decisions like during this time. Mercury is back into Leo. Bum, 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 bum. So with Mercury being back into Leo, things are a bit more passive. With Mercury in Virgo, we were ready to organize. It put us in a space of wanting to get healthy. And again, clean up certain things, even our mental mind, what was blocking us. And now that we have Mercury retrograde in Leo, we're back into the heart. So we was here at the mind, and now the way we communicate is coming back to the heart. So that's an event that's happening right now. Also, we are is August 14th right now. So if you're catching this earlier than the 19th, it's a big one. It's a big one. So I want you guys to begin to pull out your tools, pull out your protection package, begin to start pulling out things that's going to allow you to build a nurturing space for yourself. Give me 1 second because I don't know if YouTube is gonna do something if they hear Elmo in the background. Let me hold on. Give me 1 second. Because my nephew, I don't know. All right. All right. So who's here with me? Who's here with me? Hey. And Gabby, she was here earlier. I appreciate you, Gabby. I did switch the time up. I wasn't feeling so well. All right, so Mercury is retrograde and it just went into Leo today. Okay. And it's going to be retrograde until the 28th in Leo. So we're back into the heart. We're back into what we desire. We're back into what I want to do. And I'll share more about that. So on the 19th is going to be a chaotic space. I'll speak about what T squares are and, make it into a story for you because truth be told, it is a jam-packed day. So I'm telling y'all right now, if you don't set yourself up for the 19th, you might just slip into that chaotic moment, the chaotic moment. All right. So you already know if you're interested in getting your astrology chart reading, tarot reading, transit reading, which lets you know what's happening ahead. I'll give you a month ahead on how to maneuver your days. While Mercury is in retrograde, doesn't necessarily mean that it's hitting your chart in a bad aspect or things like that. So it's always good to tap into yourself. If you don't know about your natal chart and you want to do it yourself, astro.com, you can check that out as well. I'm also going to start doing astro catat. You're going to get me to. Anyways, I'm doing the astro traveling. I've been doing it for a while, but now I'm offering out to you guys so you guys can know more and speaking about it on how to travel and move around when it comes to your astrology and places to visit. And I'll share more about that, but that's definitely coming through. All right, we're going to have our elemental reading at the end of this, so you already know. Stay tuned. Hey, Fatima. All right. So first things first. Let me get this chart for y'all because we not playing. All right. So here we have, this is for me in Eastern time in New York, August 19th. So let me go ahead and get my notes because Can y'all hear me now? I'm so sorry. Sorry, y'all. I just seen it. I'm sorry. I'm going back. Thank you. Ah! I'm back, y'all. I'm sorry. When I took myself off, it muted me. So we'll start from scratch. Don't worry about it. Let me just. All right. Listen. You know what? At this point, I'm expecting weird shit. Let's start from the beginning. And if you were here and you heard some stuff, it don't matter. We're not gonna cut this off. You already know how I give it up. So, and it's my fault because I wasn't paying attention to the comments. I probably would have been alert more earlier. All right. Let's take a deep breath and exhale. All right. So I'm going back from the beginning. So we have 2 fights on the 19th. August 19th is going to be 2 fights in addition to Mercury retrograde. All right. And 2 fights, I'm going to talk about that. We're also bringing back themes from December of 2020 when Pluto had a fight with Saturn. We're also going back to the heart with Mercury retrograde back into Leo. So, yes, we were in our minds when it came to Virgo, and now we're in the process of coming back to the heart. Your mind said, this is how we want to get organized, and now your heart, it's like basically filtering it. Like, hey, do I really desire? Do I really desire to do this? Maybe what you wrote down and the way you did your schedule was a little bit hectic and overwhelming. Now your heart is like, I don't know if I really want to do this. So that's the energy that's going to be surrounding us. There is going to be a lot of chaotic energy. I would advise to make proper decisions after Mercury retrograde, only because this fight that's happening on the 19th is such a huge one. Next week is very I would say it could be very even violent. Next week could be very violent because people are going to be standing their ground and they're not going to want to shift. So for those of us who admire to be flexible, because we know that the universe is going to throw wrenches in our plans, allow yourself to be flexible and call in miracles because we gonna need them. Okay. All right. So the people that I would say to mainly look out for, particularly, is Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus. Why? The sun is in Leo, the moon is in Aquarius, and Uranus is in Taurus. Those are all fixed energies. All right. And what that means is that stubborn, resistant energy that doesn't want to shift. So it could be a great time to build a strong foundation for those of us who have a difficult time building a strong foundation. But for those of us who have a strong foundation, however, are asking for a change or requesting or desiring a change, but don't want to do the change, shit is about to get shaky for you, baby. Okay. With Aquarius and Leo being across from each other, right? You see them right here, right? That's the sun. You got the sun and the moon here across from each other. This right here, this little thing right here means conjoint. Oh, sorry, excuse me, opposition. They're in opposite of each other because they're on the opposite side of the chart. So what happens here? That basically talks about there being tension. Why? Because again, your energy is being pulled in 2 different directions. Your energy is being pulled by the heart, the responsibility from Leo, right? Focusing and shining. The sun is shining there. Mercury is there. I desire this. What are my needs? And then you have Aquarius. It's like, what are the social needs? Then you have Pluto there, like, we're starting from scratch. We're at 0 degrees. What do you desire? I'm going to share this right now. Everything is built from the inside out. Do not allow yourself to feel like the outside is building you. All right. Which means that the more that you focus on what you desire, it's how we're going to shift the dynamics of society. And yes, you are part of it too. Your thoughts count. I ain't say your votes count. I say your thoughts count. So with that being said, your thoughts, where your heart is what counts here. All right. And so really focus on the fact that there's going to be a lot of breakthroughs and unexpected changes. Okay. What have you noticed throughout the week that has been unexpected so far that you didn't feel was supposed to happen in a sense, right? Because we feel that way sometimes. Oh, I didn't know this was supposed to happen. Like, yeah, I got that realization today. I had a couple of people look at me like, yeah, that was supposed to happen. But for me, it was a surprise, right? So what has been a surprise for you? Where, how are things being directed? What are you seeing? What is the synchronicity, right? There's no coincidence in things. Excuse me. All right, I got my notes. So yeah, there's gonna be drama. So the 19th is gonna be intense, and going up to the 19th is gonna be intense. All right, the full moon is bringing in that focus on what's innovative, right? How can we be revolutionary within ourselves? How can you have breakthroughs within yourselves that can trickle out into society? All right. There is going to be a lot of political things outside of us that's going to try to shift us away from what we truly desire. Keep asking yourself, how do I desire to live in society? Keep asking yourself, draw pictures, bring that into existence, because that is what is going to be highlighted more than focusing on who we do not want where, if that makes any sense. All right. So Mercury, the planet of communication, has slipped back into dramatic Leo. All right. So expect miscommunications. That's still happening, as you can see what happened with us today. All right. And there could be a little bit of that theatrical energy going on. So people might be a little bit more exaggerated than usual. Allow them to be that way, right? They're speaking from the heart. I guess when we speak from the heart, we have passion, and that is looked at as theatrical, right? But it's really not. It's like we're passionate about this. All right. Uranus and Taurus is where it begins, right? That tension, that square, that fight that it's having with the sun and the moon, because Uranus and Taurus is having that fight. So again, the moon is like, this is where my heart is at. Aquarius is like, what are you doing for society? And Uranus and Taurus is like, let me show you how maybe this can happen. So there's gonna be unexpected twists. All right. Expect revelations, right? Things that you may not have come across before is coming towards you now. You've been asking for clarity. You've been asking for ways on how to move forward in your life, and that is coming. Are you ready to take that in? Y'all see Pluto right there? Pluto's at 0 degrees. I like the way Pluto looks. So definitely Pluto be that planet that makes you say help. So I always feel like Pluto be throwing his hands up, like we be screaming out, help, Pluto, death for rebirth. So if you go back to that energy in January, that energy of change, right here, in 2020, Saturn and Jupiter squared. All right. And that made a big shift. What do you remember from there? Did you start working from home? Did that work out for you? How has it been for the last 4 years? What changed in your life and it's still going strong for the last 4 years? I had to drink some water. All right. So the first square that I'm going to talk about is the Venus and Jupiter square, which is very interesting. So now normally you're not having a lot of T squares. You're not having a lot of, first of all, T square comes on its own, it's not paired up with anything. We got two of them. Then we got the new full moon in Aquarius. Then we got Mercury retrograde. And then we got that Pluto energy also. Like, y'all see all that red? All right. Who else said? Jupiter, where you at? My man Jupes. All right, so Jupiter and Mars is here in Gemini. So my Geminis, y'all also feeling some type of way as well. So Jupiter and Venus are having that first T square, and it's for when what you hear about Jupiter and Venus is they're basically the zodiac, the planets that everyone loves. The planet, they call it the benevolent. I can never say that word. That's why I don't be saying it. But anyways, they the good planets, okay? And so with Venus is in. Give me 1 second, sorry, because there's a lot. Venus is in Virgo, right? That's that organizing ourselves and things like that. So Venus is sitting there asking you, how have you been taking care of yourself? What's up with your self-care? And then Jupiter is in Gemini saying, are you ready to move the plan forward? Are you ready to put the plan forward? So there's a fight there because Venus is like, I don't know yet. So there's tensions within relationships and finances as well. So maybe some of us have not yet been in the space of clearing up our finances or facing our finances. This T square is like, Jupiter's like, yo, I let you breathe. I said to you, get your finances together. Now I'm here to expand it for you. And you telling me you don't know? So, there's going to be a lot of debates over self-worth, values, resources. If you're in a relationship and there has been tensions when it comes to finances, let's see if we can get that cleared up before the 19th so that it doesn't cause another reason for anyone to add on their list as to why we should separate. Don't let the finances be it. That could be fixed. That's not for everybody. Take it lightly. Let me make sure I'm still here. Okay. But the shift also happened because Mercury went into Leo, so our mind did an automatic shift. So if you're feeling that energy, it's good in the sense that you're in tune. All right. So yeah, nobody cares about your opinion. They care about their own opinion. All right. Nobody's backing down and they're not making it easy. I'm not saying for you to be the one to make it easy. What I am saying, if there's no need to communicate with anybody or have a dispute, don't do it. And if you do feel like you want to share something, this is the time for you to exercise your skills. All right. And then the second T square is Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Venus. All right. This is all right. You can think about this like a round table. Everyone is here making their point across, and we're about to go through the chart. All right, because this is definitely some chaotic shit. Because you got Gemini, an air sign, and you got Pisces doing a thing where they're just like, this is what I want. Pisces is like, well, we can think about this in a way where we can imagine. And Gemini is like, what's the reality? What is ideal? How can we get this done? Mars is like, I'm ready. All right, so let's go. This is so, to me, it's fun. Because it's not fun. To me, I have to make it fun because if I don't, then what are we going to do? All right. So here in Pisces, you see Saturn right there. And so Saturn is in opposition with Venus. So Saturn is reminding us, hey, don't forget to add your spirituality. Don't forget to add your morals. Don't forget. Go back to the drawing board. Don't forget. That's what Saturn is saying. And again, with the Pisces themes, is like, are you allowing yourself to think big with steps? Some of us during this time are maybe capable of taking steps. Others may not be. So are you writing things down? All right. And then Saturn is checking Venus and saying, are you doing the self-care? And it's in a way, it's like, do it. Because reminding yourself that Virgo is the 6th house, right? Originally it's the 6th house, and the 6th house is every day. So Saturn is like, you said you was going to do something every day and you haven't done it. All right. So what's up? What's going on? And again, Saturn is that karmic energy because of how we may have to redo things over when Saturn goes direct. Right now it's in retrograde, so it's allowing us to think things through, to do things on our own. When Saturn goes direct later on in November, it's more like game time. So Saturn right now is like, let's do these checkpoints. Let's see what's working, what's not working. All right. So keep asking yourself if where you're going and how you're maneuvering is how you desire. Reminding ourselves that when we have where you at? Pluto is going to be here for 20 years, right? So Pluto being in Aquarius for 20 years, are you including how you're going to show up in society? Even if it's in a small group, I know a lot of us may be introverts and be like, well, what do I have to do for society? I mean, you sitting at home writing on the internet can make a difference in the world. And we've seen how that has happened. Again, why I say some of us are scared to go on the internet. There's going to be a time where you're going to probably have no choice but to show up. And you might just probably have to use your hands to do so, right? Because Gemini is about the hands, right? So reminding ourselves that Gemini is the internet as well. How are you using that energy to put yourself out there? And even if it's a voiceover that you're doing, but are you keeping your talent for yourself or are you sharing it? Because having that energy for 20 years, it's right now is where we are building that foundation. So allow yourself to dream big. Allow yourself to know that your talents is going to get you where you desire. Don't allow the, excuse me, I try not to say that. Allow yourself to focus on yourself. And when you focus on self, the outside is going to prove that to you. It's going to be your reality. Even if the world is crumbling. All right. And I say that very lightly because I'm part of it too, guys. I'm part of it. All right. So give me 1 second. Let me see. I told y'all about the conjunction. Oh, maybe if I don't know, I don't remember. Let's say it again. There was a conjunction in December. Yes, I did tell you guys that. And the conjunction is what brought us back into the age of Aquarius, right? The community, the technology, and the unity. When we were back in December of 2020, all the way honestly until probably 2022, the online community, how we supported each other, how we really had a chance to get to know people that we had not known, but always connected with. All of that happened. That age of Aquarius started activating itself, and that's where technology honestly really started giving that extra boost of blow up. With Jupiter in Gemini having a fight with Saturn and Pisces, the challenge right now is to balance that expansion with responsibility. All right. Gemini is here to explore and spread the ideas of what's happening, while Pisces is going deeper into the hidden messages of what is showing up for us. So there is a tension here because we are bringing back old themes, and I'm talking about 1500 themes, 1800 themes. As we can see, we're not able to talk differently about spirituality on the internet, where we may not have been able to even see somebody channel on YouTube or Gaia and things like that. So there's a lot of fears that are being attacked right now within us, so that we can let those fears go and really show up. A lot of us have past life fears that's not allowing us to show up. All right. So this conjunction and the spotlight that's happening with Jupiter square Saturn is bringing all of that up. So you could even be just having a fight within yourself, but please do not beat yourself up. All right. One of the constructive ways to battle, do we want to say battle? It kind of is going to be like a battle. To battle the T square is to be as constructive as possible, all right? Don't get dragged into arguments, all right? Please. And if you desire to get dragged into arguments, that means that you are being the problem solver in here, all right? Because other than that, if you're gonna let this argument create more trauma, I'm gonna need you to exit the room. we're moving past that. All right. Please maintain a balance within your professional life and your personal life. All right. Try not to let the day throw you off. Your boss could be saying something, reminding yourself that everybody's going through this. And as everybody's going through this, nobody's excluded. And the good thing is that you have this information, other people don't. So just imagine how they're managing the day, not knowing that there's all this fight that's happening throughout the planetary energy. All right. Engage in activities that ground you. Walk, meditate. This is the time that you can go ahead and channel this energy to what you do desire. All right. Turn off any notifications for a few hours. Stay away from technology. This is where you practice your personal time and you practice your professional time. All right. And don't be forgetting that we all need support at this time. So really allow yourself to receive that support, because it's really going to be chaotic. It really is. So again, you have that Pluto energy that is coming in. I also wrote in the astrology group, so go ahead and check that out. I'll be putting out the rising signs predictions based on your houses over there as well, so you can be prepared of what house is going to be navigating through. And then so you have that Pluto energy that's at 0. Again, Pluto's going to be 0 all month. So 0 is again that Ami point where it's like it's all or nothing. That's the best way I can describe it. So everything could go good or everything could go bad depending on your perspective. So that's going to be like that. So you can show up to society and things can turn out well for you, or you can go into society and things could turn out wrong for you, and then you can prove yourself that you don't belong in society. So it's all about that mindset. Reminding ourselves that same day, we have that energy of the sun and the moon. You see all this energy right here. Chiron, the wounded healer, is in Aries, right? And here we're kind of, I want to say our ego is pretty strong at this current time when it comes to Chiron, that big key right there. Our ego is pretty strong. So where our ego is saying, do it, right? Why is our ego strong? Because we have that Mars in Gemini, and Mars, you see that sextile right there? This, right? I mean, not, is it sextile? Yeah. Mars is sextile in Aries. Aries and Mars, they bang together because Mars navigates Aries. So right there, our ego is in a good space. Our ego is saying, take the challenge. Even though it might look difficult, take it, do it. Make sure that you have the responsibilities down pat. What are the steps? Go ahead and do it. And Virgo's like, I'm going to assist you organizing, but I'm also going to do it in a fun, easy way, in a more grounding way. You know, I like putting that voice for Venus because Venus just be sounding so sensual. So while your ego is stabilized and ready for change, because that 2 + 3 is 5. So your ego is ready for change. Pluto is saying, what are you going to do? Let's do it. Practice it. It don't matter if it's the retrograde. Let's see what happens. Right? But I have no expectations, right? The moral of all of this is let go, because we already know the full moon in general is to let go, right? So let me come back. Let me come back to you. So we already know that the full moon in general, all full moons is to let go, right? In addition to let go, we are in the space of having all of this energy, all of this fight on the 19th, where it's really forcing us to let go. And if we don't let go, it's going to let go for us. Most times, people hold on to jobs. to the very end, but they know that they desire to leave. They didn't put out their resume. They didn't do anything to go and get another job. But inside themselves, they know they don't want to be there, and they are putting that out there every day. They wake up in the morning. Damn, I don't fucking want to wake up for work, but I gotta get up. Oh, I hate taking a bus. Oh, I hate that color that my boss wears every day. Right? And you just keep going and going. That person can get fired and now have no choice on the 19th to go and look for a fucking job, to spice up their resume and to go look for a job because of that energy, right? So do it now. If there's something that you desire to do, just start the steps. Right now is everybody, all the planets is asking, start the steps. Start the steps. All right. And as we start the steps, we begin to see where we desire to belong, what society we desire to belong, who's uplifting us, right? This week, I was happy to speak to people who are showering me with their greatness as far as what they are manifesting in their lives, how they're maneuvering through it, and just the upliftment in their progress made my week, right? It was so beautiful. Be around people that's going to share things like that with you. Of course, there's going to be chaotic moments. People's going to call you. I mean, shit, I'll be having stuff to say to people that is not well balanced, right? But we're also in a space of getting that out. Allow yourself to get things out so that it don't stay stuck in here, so that it doesn't be part of what you desire to manifest. Let it out. Write it out, right? This is the moment to really dig deep into what you do not desire anymore, right? And then as an exercise for you, on one side of your page, write down what you don't desire. I don't desire to think negative anymore. I don't desire. Keep going. It don't even matter. Go negative Nancy on me. Go ham. Pat, pat, pat. Doubtful Dan. Pat, pat, pat. Right? And on another page, without getting up, put on the page where you desire. And it goes back to that. How do I desire to wake up? If you still haven't been able to imagine how you desire to wake up, look at somebody that you admire and see how they desire to wake up, and see if you could, in a way, add some of those talents and tips and tricks into your life so that you can get an idea. Some of us really are in a foggy space where we really do not know what we desire, how we desire to wake up. Some of us just don't want to even get out of bed, and that's okay. Because there's a lot of people that work from home on their bed and just put a shirt on. It ain't me, though. I got a full outfit. All right. So, really go get your natal chart, see where the full moon is at in your natal chart. If not, go ahead and see what this elemental reading does for you. Of course, you can listen to both. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Share this with a friend. And while there is a lot of pressure and tension, you have the tools. It is an intense day, yet you were prepared for this, especially if you're watching this video before the 19th. All right. So prep for that week. The 19th is a Monday. That energy is going to trickle into the rest of the week. When it comes to relationships, there's a big dynamic next week when it comes to relationship. I share a lot about that in the astrology group. I'm going to do that as a voice, as an audio, because our relationships are going to be up and down next week, because we're shifting what we desire. That does mean something personal. Yes, we desire to share our life with somebody, but what do I truly desire? So that does, as we hone down on what we truly desire, it does break cords, right? It cuts cords with people where we said we was probably going to do we was going to do business with, or we might have told somebody we want to move somewhere, or just different things are going to be shifting because with people, because the energy is going to be cut. You're deciding, you're choosing. Once you make a choice, everybody knows, once you make a choice, your destiny shifts. All right. I didn't want to make it too heavy because I mean, you can make it light. And for the until the end of the month, honestly, test things out, but have no expectations. The least that you have expectation, the more surprised you're going to be. I advise you to just continue to invite miracles. Continue to invite miracles into your life every day. I'm about to start using Psalms and have fun. All right, so let's see what this elemental reading is all about. All right, the angels and archangels. Que pinga. I had to curse, y'all. I had to curse. Coño, porque esta energía tan. Action. How my sleeping pattern, I've come to the agreement that my sleeping pattern is off. Then I said to myself, when was you ever on? I do my best to parent myself to go to sleep at 10 o'clock. I tend to take late naps, so I'm figuring it out. That's something that I'm figuring out, right? Virgo got me parenting myself. That Mercury and Virgo really had me parenting myself. I was like, damn, chill out, sis. Chill out. All right. So who's first? The fire signs. Fire. Okay. No. Fire sign. What should happen? What we got for us? Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Resilience. All right. So I'm gonna say this right now. This is the spiritual card, right? This is wands, and this is telling me that some of y'all are in the space of maybe not wanting to. So there's a couple of things that's coming up. There's a few of y'all that may not want to move forward with certain plans. The 9 is like making final decisions. There's some final decisions that are happening, and this full moon is going to show y'all, if you open up to your spiritual side, how these plans are going to work out for you. Right now, with this resilience, it really does talk about you being in the space of strength, right? Allowing yourself to. So with y'all, this is pullback, taking baby steps. Some of y'all not sitting down and writing things down. You're not writing how things are gonna plan out. Your thoughts might be in different spaces. So this full moon is coming in to, one, bring you back, right? Bring you back, strengthen you, and then also let you know that you do have it within you to get it done, to let it go, to let go of the old you, to let go of the old habits. But it's more on the spiritual side for you. So what I would say is hone into your meditative side. Go ahead and get into nature. If my fire signs don't like doing that, what do you consider to be nature? Is it the gym, right? Are you at the gym? And if you're at the gym, can you listen to affirmations? Can you listen to something that's going to help you at the gym to let go of that, right? Maybe you're on the treadmill, you like, fuck that, ha, ha, ha. And at this gym, I leave it here. I don't know. What I'm saying is let it go. Let it go. This is what I'm seeing here also for others of you. There could be too many things happening around you that's preventing you from moving forward. So they're asking you to build the energy and the strength to move past that, to have the resilience to move past what you maybe feel is holding you back, or the places, people, and things that may be holding you back. So this full moon is asking you to move past it. How do you do that? Reinsure yourself on the path that you're on. Go back to Go back to the affirmations or intentions that you created in January for the new moon in Aquarius to see if those came into fruition. If it did come into fruition, and if it didn't, now is the time to let that go. Maybe that wasn't for you. All right. But there is a huge sense of allowing yourself to let go, because there's a lot of things to let go, and some of y'all are still not ready to let go. Let me tell y'all right now, this full moon is gonna let you know what to let go of. Pay attention. It might be for some of y'all. Might be some people that it's time to let them go, and y'all not doing it. All right, for my fire signs. For others of you, again, you might be moving too fast, and I do see somebody tripping. So obviously that's not for everybody. Just watch, take your time walking. Don't run nowhere. Don't run down the stairs. Like, chill out. The fire signs, we kind of like we are prone to like accidents. I know I'm clumsy. And I say it proudly, I'm clumsy, baby. All right, air signs. Ooh. Aquarius, Gemini, Libras. Aquarius, Gemini, Libras. Gemini, don't forget, you can get a lot of things done with Jupiter in your sign. It's not coming back for 12 years. Make it happen. Expansion to the fullest. This could also be the reason why you're probably not getting a lot of sleep either. Defense, what? Spirit, a lot of y'all. Oh, air signs. I'm not gonna say a lot of y'all until I see the third group. But defense, air signs. What? All right, two things I see here. Some of y'all again are not in a space of wanting to let go. The others of y'all are, your spiritual team is asking for you to create a barrier, a defense mechanism around you so that people don't continue to take your energy. So some of y'all are, you see this right here? All right, move your finger, and we're moving. Boom. You see that right here? This to me is your light, your energy, your light. Surrounding yourself around people that might not be really cool with what you're doing, where you're going, and how you're doing it. So they might be trying to dim your light. So allow yourself to scope. That's not for everybody. All right, remember there's 3 zodiac signs. Scope what's around you. Scope who's around you. You guys are savvy with words. Begin to start booby trapping people with words to see who's for you, who's not for you, who wants to see you grow, who doesn't want to see you grow. All right. That is happening. You know what I'm talking about. You're very savvy with your words. You can basically share something with somebody. And because what I see is a lot of gossip. All right. I see gossip. Right. So I see that there's going to be something that you share with someone and it's really a lie, and you're going to see if it goes around. And if you hear it back, then you know that person spills your beans. That's not for everybody, all right? For others of you, when it comes to moving forward with your spirituality, there's a space and time right now where you're specifically being shielded to move forward in your mission, your life mission, your life purpose, whatever that may be for you. So allow yourself to move through that space. With the 7, for my air sign, spirit is really supporting you. You know, Aquarius, Gemini, that makes a lot of sense. Spirit is like, yo, yeah, I've been going through a lot of shifting, a lot of changing. What's going on, Libra? You also, all right, because you're on the South Node right now, and it's a lot of letting go of the old you. So the South Node is in Libra, so you also. So Spirit right here is really sharing with you guys to, one, for whoever it is, to build your defense mechanism. There's not a lot of protection around you, which then puts you in a space of not being able to see your truth, your purpose is being dimmed by other people. Others of you have the ability now to move forward in plans. with the assistance of your spiritual team. For those of you who've been banging with your ancestors, taking care of your ancestors, they're now carrying you to the next step. And then also with defense, try not to share a lot, right? Whatever it is that you're letting go of, there's some of y'all that's going to silently be letting go of people. Try not to share a lot and really put the shield up and go to war. I do feel like some of y'all need to put that shield up and just be like, fuck that. I'm running through these people. Ratata Spartan. That's what I feel here. I do feel that, yo, I'm telling you, the 19th is coming in with some energy. All right. Tap into that spiritual side of yours. All right, let's go to these earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Capricorn, you've been quiet. What's up? Capricorn's like, shut up. Be quiet. Don't look for me. All right. I got you. Don't forget that I have other videos for y'all for the rest of the month. We're coming out with that Virgo season video as well. Don't forget to check out some other aspects to guide you as well. You got me shuffling a whole lot. Sensitivity, the Queen of Cups. So, again, a lot of energy is happening this day. So, for my earth signs who may in some way or somehow be practical, it's time to tap into that emotional side of yours and really be in a space of feeling your environment. Some of y'all are going to be discovering that the feeling is not so great. So this is where you're going to be making these decisions of like, yeah, this is not the space that I desire to be anymore. For others of you, I do sense some relationships. It's like I see the tower card, relationship tower moments. So not just in romantic relationships, as well as disappointment. Some of y'all held people at a high expectation, and they didn't seem to have within the last 6 months amount to that expectation you had. Which, by the way, I'm saying this right now. Stop having people in expectation. Allow people to show you who they are, even if you feel like, oh, they know a lot. Allow people to let them show you who they are, so that when that pedestal or that mindset that you have them in gets shattered, you don't blame the person, right? Allow people to show you who they truly are. So a lot of my earth signs are going to be shattered. This could be dream shattering as well. I do feel like some of y'all were going for specific positions and it was like a dream shatter. It was like, oh, I didn't get the position. Fuck that. Redirect, right? We always say a rejection is a redirection. Shout out to Evilise because she always be saying that. And what this is basically saying to me is let it out. Let the 19th, let next week be the day that you let it all out. Let out what you feel you're not worth. Let out what you feel you deserve and you didn't get. All of that. Let it all out. Let it all out, earth signs. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be able to bring back a sense of peace. There's energy within my earth people that has not been letting go of since 2020. Or since April, right? That energy that I was talking about, those people, that job that you said in 2020 you was going to let go of, it's time. So this is for my earth signs. There is going to be, and with the queen, you're up there. It's high sensitivity. Some of y'all are also going to be getting heightened. Like your body's also going to be in a space of developing new skills, new spiritual skills. So some of my earth babies, y'all gonna be surprised. Like, oh, how did I know that? So this is where the sensitivity comes in too, not just crying, but your body's sensitive, your senses are sensitive. That's coming in with that energy on the 19th. In addition to you really tapping into your emotions. If for you, my earth people, y'all have not made amends with how you were raised, or you haven't accepted how you was raised, or you haven't apologized to yourself knowing that you didn't harm yourself, that is also coming up. All right, so it's a lot going on here. It's a lot. We got my waters. So yeah, I did my best to share it with lightness, but this is one of those days. Okay, this is what happened here. What we doing? We picking my water. Didn't I talk about the tower card? Look at the tower card. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that, and I'm gonna leave that for my waters. But I'm gonna take out the card. Y'all know I like taking out the card. We sitting out here throwing out cards. We civilized over here. For my water signs: Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Surrender. Well, the card makes sense. So you guys got surrender and you got the tower card for the full moon in Aquarius. I mean, do I have to explain this? Shit is breaking down, so don't you dare try to resist. If you having any medical issues, something could break down and you have to surrender. If you sat there and you expressed that you were leaving or you were doing something and things, that it is a lot of breakthroughs. This tower card is, and this is, I can see why you guys got this, because it's more of like, if you desire to surrender, this tower moment can be more at ease, because that line still puts me in the space of saying you're being guided. Like spirit is like, I got you. I got you. But it's also in reverse. So it's about your intuition. Do you trust where your intuition is telling you to let go of? Do you trust where your intuition is telling you to go? Do you trust your intuition? Water signs. Because the tower is coming in. All right. So please be careful with fires, right? Of course, always. Be careful with fires. Y'all know the AC's been high because it's hot depending where you live. All right. Shout out to Germany, right? People from Germany watching, and the UK. I forgot about that. Y'all weather might be different though. All right. So my water signs, the restriction, you will feel a sense of restriction this month, especially towards the end of the month and everything that's happening. Saturn is in Pisces. Pisces, again, did you do what you said you was going to do? This is where we're being tested. And if you said that you was going to wake up every day and you was going to do this and you was going to do that, and you didn't, it's going to come back, right? Through your health, right? Mainly through your health. Why I say through your health? Because a lot of times we be going to the doctors and we be okay. The doctors be like, you okay? But you don't feel okay, right? That has happened to a lot of us. That's our spiritual side, like knocking on the door, like, what's up? What you doing? Are you gonna listen? You know, that's not for everybody. That's for some of us. For others of us, it's being done through our relationship. We're being shown through our relationship where things need to be shifted. We're also, our mind is asking us continuously, speak to me, talk to me. What are we thinking? What are we doing? Right? And the part where people really don't desire to go most times, but it's what set our foundation, is our age from 0 to 7. And the more that we make amends with that time frame, the less chaotic we're going to be moving forward when it comes to healing ourselves and dodging these motherfucking planets. Like, fuck out of here. I drew for my inner child today. No chaos over there. I balanced my relationship with my siblings. No chaos over there. You never know where it comes from though, because it still comes. Because everybody's gonna get the lessons. Let me see what y'all saying. Yes. All right. So please take this as a suggestion. I always share tap into yourself first. This is collectively reading. This is a collective astrology guide, but at the same time, you're personal, you're unique, and there's a lot of different things happening in your chart, right? And I will share if I can where you put it at, right here. I will share, like for me, because I tell you all the time when I do stuff, what I tell y'all to do, I do it myself. So this is the way I do it for myself. Like what's happening throughout the month, right? And then I look at the date. What's today? The 14th. Today and tomorrow, there's really not a lot of energy that's, budging with me at this current time. So I'm good. It's not until the 16th that's a little bit chaotic, right? And then so I look at this and I go, "Ooh, what's happening? Let me work according to that," right? Of course, this took me some time to do. However, when I do this, it allows me to work better throughout the month. There's months where I am focused more on the collective than I am on myself, and I don't get to do that. And the months at times gets a little bit chaotic as well, right? So I enjoy testing these things out. That's what I do. That's what I'm here for. Fuck y'all made me an astrologer for, spirit, right? Testing these things out. So I encourage you to do this thing, to test things out. If it works for you, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But one thing's for sure, you are intuitive, you can tap in and you can guide yourself. And this is where I'm giving you towards. Self-awareness, guide yourself, get it? Because you have people surrounding you that is also ready for that energy or what you learned to help them move forward in life as well. Your children, your husband, your co-worker, the person that you gave a ride to that was unexpected, all of that. You're beautiful. All right. Oh, the Reiki box. Yes, the Reiki box. Man, listen. Protection, protection. Next month, every month there's a theme for the Reiki box. I'll let you guys know usually a week before the first of the month so that y'all can start getting ready to get in there. This month is about protection and success. And baby, let me tell you, it is much needed. Right? A lot of us are dealing with people who are not in the space of wanting to or desiring to heal. They're good where they're at, and that's okay. Do not shift them. Shift yourself. So shifting yourself does mean that you have to shift through that energy. So as you shift through that energy, what happens? There might be some bumps on the road because you're going against people who are stagnant. So prepare yourself. All right. I love y'all. Comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you. I'm coming back on Friday.